All right. Did the military make friends with little green men? Lawmakers are taking the Pentagon to task for allegedly covering up information on UFOs. Starting next week, Representative Ana Paulina Luna. I love saying her name. Ana Paulina Luna. Ana Paulina Luna. What song? Ana Paulina Luna. Okay. She's going to chair Congress's next round of UFO hearings featuring whistleblower David Grush. Now, that's a bad name. You can't sing David Grush. But yet, he's another whistleblower. I'm hearing more whistleblowing at Congress than when I walk through Times Square in a Speedo. Yeah. Grush is the former intel officer who last month claimed the Pentagon was hiding a top-secret alien program complete with non-human vehicles and even bodies. He even says they're hiding info about Adam Schiff's home planet. The allegations have also renewed interest in the Pentagon's real UFO department, the newly created All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or LAWA, has been tasked with identifying and tracking mysterious objects that could pose a risk to national security. Unless, of course, it's White House cocaine. Yeah, ooh. They recently said one of their top concerns is intelligent or extraterrestrial technical surprise. So not only might aliens exist, but they might be smarter and better equipped, which wouldn't be tough. Have you seen Earthlings lately? Meantime, Chuck Schumer introduced an amendment to declassify all government data on UFOs. In it, he repeatedly used the term non-human, which, if you think about it, he could have been talking about his hair plugs. Those aren't really hair plugs. Anyway, what once would have gotten you laughed out of Washington has now become a serious discussion. But if everyone is so concerned about aliens, then where the hell are they? They could be hiding in plain sight. Seriously, has anyone checked Gerald Nodler's pants? Julie, the good thing about the discovery of aliens for you is that it will widen the dating pool.
Oh, my God, yeah.
If you don't know, if you're tired of men and you're not into women, aliens could have a third gender, a real one, a real biological identity that you could attach yourself to.
Thank you so much for that advice.
Yes.
I hadn't thought of that angle.
Do you believe the Pentagon is hiding this wonderful thing from you specifically?
I'm so glad you asked. So congressional investigations are apparently going on right now as we speak in secret, which leaves me confused. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense. It's not like the White House is trying to hide it, right?
Yeah.
They let Kamala Harris out in public every day.
Yes.
They even let her speak. I wouldn't be surprised if she commutes to work in a UFO, which would explain the cocaine that was, found in the White House entrance, where they could blame it on the aliens. It wasn't Hunter.
Yeah.
It wasn't Kamala. It was the aliens.
Well, when Hunter's gun was lost, Hunter blamed illegal aliens. Remember that? He told the police.
Yes.
He said, I think those guys might be illegals. Michael, they were talking about technical supremacy, but how can alien life forms be a match for our unbeatable strength of our diversity?
That's a great point. Because the next war is gonna be a diversity war.
It is gonna be a diversity war.
I don't care if you can go through dimensions and faster than light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
I got 4 of these. How many do you have?
Damn it! It's like Uno, but for galactic supremacy. Pick 4. I don't buy this for a second. I just think this is the Pentagon looking for more money.
True.
Right? They're like, oh, they got these aliens now. I want to see proof. This is like when your local news station, they take the spark plug cap off a car, and then they take it to a mechanic, and the mechanic's like, you need a whole new engine here. I call If there's alien ships, I want to see them. Because the Pentagon really can't be trusted.
Yeah, they can't.
You can't buy them a bunch of new toys. They leave them lying around everywhere.
That's right.
We left a bunch of stuff in Afghanistan, and they're like, oh, oopsie daisy, we got to replace that. Then we sent a bunch of stuff over to the Ukraine. It's insane. I say, show me the alien ships or you get nothing, Pentagon people.
I wish it worked that way. They're still going to take your money.
It's like, it is. It's like three-card Monty. You can't win. They're going to get it anyway. Look, aliens under there.
Kat, are you as cynical as Mr. Loftus?
I don't like being compared to him. But I hate to say this. It pains me to say this, but I agree with Michael Loftus.
Thank you.
Right?
My self-esteem meter just refilled.
Yeah, because I think that it's either the government's covering up the alien thing, or they want us to think they're covering up the alien thing because they're actually covering up something else.
It's a distraction.
Not that they're honest. It's that they're always lying even more than we think that they're lying.
Yeah, exactly. It could be like actual military stuff we're creating. And we're saying these are unidentified flying objects, but we're actually testing new stealth devices and stuff.
I also think aliens might already be here, though.
That's true. And you're sitting next to one.
No, I mean, like, I don't think we can see them.
Yeah, it's true.
They're already around, but they don't want to tell the government they're here because, you know why? We'll make them do paperwork.
That is true.
Kat. Okay, it's going to be a long segment from Walter right here.
I knew this. That's why I saved you for last.
Yeah. First of all, I know the whistleblower. I know Dave Grush.
Okay.
I can prove that after the show with my text messages. He is a kind of Boy Scout Hardy Boys character who has discovered aliens in his work for the government and is just bound and determined to show us all the truth. He's actually a very sincere guy. He's a mountain climber. He lives in Colorado. So I wouldn't discount this completely. But I think we're entering a very risky period. Obviously, aliens don't want us to know they're here, right? Or they would do stunts over the Empire State Building, et cetera.
Yes.
So we're in Congress going to out their existence, and they have superior technologies. Isn't that dangerous? America, though, may get its wish. It may see a congressional hearing at which all our big shots are there arranged behind their desks with their glasses of ice water, and they out the existence of aliens, and suddenly a blue beam comes into the room, vaporizes Chuck Schumer, et cetera.
I didn't realize we had a pro-vaporizing audience tonight.
No, but I'm going to tell you, really, this is deadly serious, and whether you believe it or not, they want you to.
You know, it's interesting. I always think about aliens as like if we're the anthill that's like 500 feet from an overpass, right? The anthill has no idea that there's an overpass there with cars going up and down. I think that's the way we are. We're the anthill, and everything else is so big and so vast that it's unseeable.
They don't want to be famous, and we're going to make them famous, and they're going to stomp on that anthill. That's what I predict. Goodbye Capitol building. I mean, January 6th, you've seen nothing yet when the aliens do their insurrection.
Well, they just had those aliens that landed in Vegas a couple weeks ago, so the invasion should be fabulous.
A lot of them already come from Vegas.
Yes.
Vegas is where the aliens have been living for a long time. You see them at the blackjack tables.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look at Carrot Top. All right. Look at him. I dare you.
I did once. I was waiting for a taxi,
Blinded.
and he was in line in front of me.
My eyes were burned for days. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
No, I don't care. I hate him. Up next, national stories make you want to snooze. Then stick around for local news.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.